Hey, everybody. Uh-oh. Hold on, everybody. They can't hear you guys. Hold on. I know you can say whatever you want right now, but just kidding. They can hear you now. Ha! Don't say anything. You weren't quick enough. Hi, friends. Welcome back to another episode of Queen's Frost Crown. You may have noticed I'm being a little silly and started to name things, but we'll see how well it works for a while. We give the old hi moms because I know she's here. Hi, mom. She's got to be here somewhere. She hasn't said anything yet, but we're all pre-hi momming. Get her. People asking me weird shit right at the start of the game. I have to making me think. David sends me a weird message just like, oh shit. shit. No, it's actually really it was a really cool idea for this for that thing, and then he's just like, PS, remember this special thing about me? I'm like, fuck. He didn't ruin anything, but it actually makes it really interesting. So we'll see. Welcome back. Miss you guys, thanks for joining us. Those of you that did for our little shorty pants episode last week. I know we had a quick one. Gosh, it's got all this music playing in the computer. Okay, my playlist controls are good. You are fine. Yeah. So we'll do a quick round of intros. Let everybody say hi really quick. We'll start with David. Next is Nate. And you should be able to hear the players. Thank you, Monster Effects. 1 second. Give me a second. It's because I have a bajillion audio devices now, apparently. That's really weird that you guys actually can't hear them because you're on the right one. I really hope it just worked as soon as I clicked that and Sarah said that. Any change now, viewers? Okay, checking. Oh my god, keep saying Sarah is saying some weird shit while I'm trying to figure it out. It's not weird, it's just she's intentionally trying to throw me off. Sorry, friends, give us a second.
It hurt, man.
Poor dear.
All right, I think that's just the chat, unfortunately. So yeah, it's missing the music. Why is this being all funky? There. Now we should have music and players. Sarah, you should definitely test it.
Titties.
Yeah.
Titty sprinkles.
It works.
Sorry, Yay!
I heard kitties.
Yeah,
So we'll go back.
Friendly show.
We'll go back and start with David again as I take another drink. Because God, everything.
Hi, everybody. I'm David. I play Batran Yorl, the human witch warlock.
Okay, Nate. Round
Hi,
two.
I'm Nate. I forgot who I play. I play Soren, the half-elf blade singer rogue.
And Zach.
Hi everyone, I'm Zach. I play Doran, the Dragonborn Barbarian.
Okay, going to the other side to Maddie.
Hello, I'm Maddie. I play Isadora, the half-elf gun tank. Yeah.
Yeah. You sound like you were questioning it, but that is what you are.
The brain was not braining.
The one cell was being used by someone else.
Yeah.
That's always irritating. After that, Queen of the Kitties, apparently. Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I play Maximil, the Tiefling Sorceress Bard.
And last but not least, the man who's having himself a little snack there, Josh. That's why I went to you last.
I'm Josh. I played Jaeger Hellstrom. We'll see how the events happen after last time or the night, but the gunslinger alchemist.
You just
guy.
find a
Colon
dehydrated
blow.
corpse in the
I feel like
outhouse.
it's
Blew
Some
himself
colon
a
blow.
second hole.
that
Colon
I didn't say this, but last time I was so stressed and then I was so upset that I had makeup all over my hands from putting my hand in my eyes. Like there was glitter all over. I had to wash it to get it off because I was like this the whole time.
Jaeger had to wash too, so yeah. Of course.
Hey,
The
are there
difference is I had
bidets
a
in
power
Cyorion?
wash.
What's that?
Are there bidets in Cyorion?
Are there bidets?
Yeah.
Mages.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, bidet mages.
Yeah, no, not bidet
Bidet
mages.
mages.
That used to be a servant's job until the mages were like, we are really tired of this, so they came up with the ways to enchant toilets
Wow.
to do it for it.
I could see that. First or second level. Yeah. Working for the royalty.
I mean, there's a lot of working class wizards in the world that do dumb jobs. I mean,
Just create
laundromats,
water.
prestidigitation. Like, if you just go down to your local prestidigitator, you get all your clothes cleaned. Could you imagine being magically talented and like your entire job, since all you can do is cast cantrips, is to prestidigitate people's laundry?
Right.
And it's such a scum job at that point that you get paid copper for sitting there and just they walk in and you're just like, fine, cast.
Go away.
Yep.
That'd be 1 copper, please.
Gosh, it's terrible life out there. Well, last time we were
Class
here,
warfare. Class warfare.
last time we were here, we had just made some plans in Brisbane. Had been asking some things of some of the folks we had met. We have the one vessel, the Azure Serenade. I think you guys did a little shopping. You met a random character and decided to give another random NPC, which never ceases to amaze me. Players latching onto random NPCs, and now some guy's gonna run himself a llama wool empire. Compliments
Oliver.
of you guys.
Oliver.
Yeah, I've got Oliver there with his. It's written down.
Whistlefoot.
Yeah, yep, and I've got Max Whistlefoot and Tim Whistlefoot, his children's names.
Yep.
That's okay. It's okay. I've had much worse players I can live with. I can live with the Whistlefoot Wool Empire. That won't hurt me too badly. But yeah, you had all kind of gotten your bearings and picked up the gear you needed. Got some fingerless casting gloves for Maximil, and Jaeger had 1 cup of coffee, and then a lot of panic set in as you guys were meeting up with the captains of the Stars Eden, which used to be the Stars End, but they couldn't spell, and the Azure Serenade, and you all decided very quickly to go with Captain Rourke on the Azure Serenade, the ship that Rodnan had sailed to hold Arima. A very interesting ship run by a skeleton crew.
Literally.
I don't think any of you guys actually knew the story of Captain Bonesplitter Rourke.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yep. But
Soren did.
I thought I knew the
thought-
story about her.
I remember someone rolled right before he walked in, and Ben was like, "Oh, you recognize the name?"
I think it was Jaeger.
Oh, sorry, Jaeger.
Jaeger
It was one
recognized
or the
Captain Isabella, right?
Oh yeah.
History check on the pirate was she was or the what's her name? Blackthorn. She was some ex-pirate who was quite famous.
Yep. Yeah, she was she used to be a pirate and then turned to merchant security and was quite famous and well known. But those are the two vessels you guys are sailing. The Azure Serenade with Captain Rourke and the Stars Eden with Captain Bella Blackthorn. I'm looking down, taking notes. What am I missing?
I think I broke Nate.
And also Sam.
And Sam. Oh, Sam's living too. Yep.
Oh no. Oh no.
Those will call me Tim.
If you haven't checked out the Discord, check it out.
That was my first thought, Sam. That was my first thought.
Yeah. Yeah, you should definitely come hang out with us in Discord if you want the art shit and everything. However, the group is riding on the Azure Serenade, so we got the Midnight Parliament over there. Now, Shaltha is comfortable going to either vessel. The mercenaries are going to split duties between the two vessels, so you'll have a group of them over on the Azure Serenade with you, and then the remainder will be on the Stars Eden. Do you have a particular preference on where you'd like Shaltha to work from?
Personally, no.
I mean, I think we should have the nice extra protection from the super cool half-orc lady.
You guys also have Maribel and Rodnan riding with you. So
Maribel's coming with us?
yeah, she said she was coming with you guys, and remember she was making coffee for the trip and cooking for you guys, and she was
Oh, yeah.
basically going to be running
Oh, yeah.
things for you.
I blanked. I just thought she was getting us a bunch of stuff and then was like sending us on our way.
Nope, she's coming with you.
Okay, cool.
We get Maribel!
Best girl.
Okay. Yeah, so if you ask her to, Shatha will ride with you guys. Otherwise, she can stay over on the other vessel. It's up to you.
Well, what's the good decision? I mean, I just sort of... I mean, it would be good to have some good fighters on the Stars Eden, but I also think that it would be cool to have Shatha over here with us. But I'm the only one who's talking, so...
I mean, I like your first point of balancing our strengths between the two ships. And, you know, knock on wood, but if something goes poorly, it's good to have an equal balance of forces between both ships, just in case.
Okay.
She just genuinely doesn't seem to mind one way or the other.
She doesn't. She's going on the voyage with you guys, and she's kind of leaving it up to you. She commands the forces, the mercenary forces, but she's leaning on your decision making as leaders of the expedition.
I mean, if
Who
worst
said
comes
that
to
we should
worst,
be in charge of anything?
like if worst comes to worst, one of us can always just fly over there and help or save. Like, you know, between Maximil, you fly. I have these boots that let me fly. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, I could make all of us be able to fly, I think.
Are the ships
guess
going to be
it's-
traveling like parallel in a decent like distance, or is it going to be like are they going to be like 100 feet apart, or?
That's the next question that Captain Blackthorn has for you. Which vessel would you like to be the lead vessel? I don't recommend they sail in parallel. Usually that's a good way to get yourself both broadsided by one at once. If one's the lead vessel, the other can maneuver appropriately as necessary.
Oh,
Which ship is the fastest?
ships. Yeah.
I believe my ship's slightly faster, but you have a crew of skeleton warriors that are slightly indestructible, and we need you to get there. So if it's necessary, we want my vessel to engage in combat and hold them down while you all make your escape.
You speak as though you are assured of this fate. Why is that?
I speak as an experienced person at moving cargo. The ship that I want the cargo to get there on is the tail ship, so it can maneuver as necessary. Successfully moved cargo in and out and under the noses of Busat Protectorate for years.
In your experience as a sea captain, do the attacks normally come from the front, the side, from behind?
From the sides or behind, generally, if someone gives chase to you, but we are, again, facing the undead, so it's a little outside of my purview.
Expect unconventional tactics.
I would say so.
I suppose deferring to your wisdom then, I suppose we'll take the rear.
Very good. Stars Eden will lead. Alright. So, Shotha and a crew of 16 of the mercenaries will join Stars Eden. 8 of them will join you guys. This gnat will eventually die if I smack myself in the face enough. Get him. Keeps getting at me. And, yeah, the plan is set for you guys to take off that evening and get out under the twilight, right at the beginning of the Vale, so you can navigate the bay. There is a few things that they want to navigate clearly under some dusk light. But as soon as you get out to open ocean, it's pretty much a straight shot west. Okay. Any last things that you guys want to go through as you're traveling? Or as you're preparing to travel, I should say.
Max has something she'd like to do, but it's gonna be super quick.
Absolutely.
Max is going to want to say goodbye to Mama Katala. So she's just gonna go off, find a nice looking plant, kneel in front of it, take out her little joy stone, and thank you for guiding us over some of your property for the while that we've been here. Unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to leave you again. I always feel nice when I'm, around you and under your wing, so I just wanted to say thank you again. And hopefully when we come back, you won't have any really weird undead creatures in your forests and jungles and whatnot. So, yeah. Wish us luck. And if you can keep an eye on us, I'd appreciate that, even though we're going off.
I need you to make a religion check for me at disadvantage.
Awesome. Oof. Let's see, I got a 17 and a 5.
Quality.
For a total of religion 8.
Okay. You had moved through this area with the people, and you know that they were referring to the jungle as not the jungle of Katala. This one had a specific name, Melaneme. But
right.
You have no idea what that means.
Nope.
And the religious aspect is a little less concerning than the very threatening looking snake that starts to approach you from the underbrush about 6 feet away as you're finishing this conversation with the forest.
Oh dear. Are you a friend? Max takes out her stick and the quarterstaff. Are you a friend? Are you not a friend? Are you a buddy?
Hisses at you and kind of coils back slightly as you pull out the staff.
I take a step back. You a friend?
Still has its mouth open and just...
Will you bite me if I try to pet you?
It snaps out at you.
Yeah.
Not close enough that it's actually going to hit you, but it's a warning as it snaps out towards you.
Bro, I'm just trying to. I'm not trying to, step on your toes. Well, you don't have any toes. I'm not trying to
It
step on
starts
your
to
tail or
approach you
anything.
again.
Would you prefer if I referred to you as like Melaneme or whatnot? I thought that you were just Katala all the way through. That's my bad. I'm sorry. I'm stepping back.
It uncoils from a strike position as you say Melaneme
Oh, hey.
and starts to slither closer to you.
Melaneme is also very cool. I will put my fist forward, not my hand, in case it tries to bite off a finger, but like keeping my fingers close together. I'm just gonna reach out. I'm so sorry, Mom. Reach out and try to pet the snake.
Don't boop the snoot.
No, boop the snoot.
I tried to boop the snoot of this venomous snake.
You know what I really, really hate? Like, the one thing that makes me most upset about 5th edition SRD
What?
is the snakes in the SRD are referred to as poisonous snakes, not venomous
Instead
snakes.
of
venomous.
Yeah.
Ow, this hurts.
You gingerly reach out to pet it, as it snaps at you and bites
Oh.
you at advantage because you're not paying attention and not getting 25 to hit.
Wait, I thought I'm doing it gently, aren't I?
Yeah.
Wouldn't I be paying attention?
Yeah, and a trickster goddess of the swamp who runs with snakes likes to get nice and close to bite people that are being sassy to it.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to be sassy, but I'll take the
25.
bite.
25 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
On-
Yes, 25 hits.
I need you to make a constitution saving throw.
You got it, buddy. Oof. What does a 13 get me?
A 13 gets you saved.
Okay.
So you take 5 points of piercing damage and 4 points of poison damage.
So that's a total of 9.
Yep.
I can do that math. Okay.
Yep. As you reach out, it snaps out and bites you on the forearm.
I'm gonna be able to long rest on the boat, right?
Yep.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Can I do hellish rebuke?
Sure.
Oh my god.
And this is how we lose Max.
Oh wow.
Just sort of as like a ah. So I'll need the snake to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Can you upcast it?
No.
I wish. Alright, what type of save was it?
Dex.
Dex save. My foundry is going super slow. There we go. That's a 15 to save. I accidentally clicked it like 3 times and loaded it multiple times.
Okay, that is close to my save, but I don't know if it is. Give me a second. Oh, my spell save is step 17.
Alright, it
So
fails.
you take full damage, which is 18, which is 23 lightning damage.
Jesus.
Hitting it for
It's like-
double its hit points, the lightning racks at the spine. It's basically, since it's a long muscle, it
Yeah.
goes completely rigid as it and just fries along the length of it. And this now seared, partially popped snake corpse is just smoldering on the ground in front of you.
Where is Max right now? Where is this
Outside the
happening?
city, praying to some god of the jungle, like well outside of anybody else's purview.
Yeah.
Walk through the
Ow!
woods.
Bro, what the fuck? What was that about? Come on! That was so unnecessary. I guess you can't hear me anymore, but come on! Let's. Ow! Well, what did you expect was gonna happen?
You swear as the wind whistles through the trees and the underbrush of the jungle and the canopy sways slightly that there's a light cackle on the wind.
Yeah, that's really funny. You're funny. You're fun. I'll give you that. I wasn't expecting it.
Bet this kind of shit doesn't happen in Nangavan.
Oh god, that's perfect. Nate, you can have inspiration. So, Max, what else would you like to do after the snake bit you and you think the jungle laughed at you?
Katala, I thought we were tight. I mean, I guess Trickster's gonna tricks. I don't really remember much about the other half. I don't know. Ow. I took up the stone and I put it in my pocket. And
Trickster's gonna trick. That's interesting.
Why?
I don't know. I think that's
You sense that something is now watching you a little bit.
ow. And I'll like put it on the ground and
Oh, Sarah, your mic just got really messed up.
Yeah, we're trying to
Yeah, I can't.
troubleshoot the
Yeah.
microphone. And it sounds like you switched to a different one and it's no longer the other one.
While you're working on fixing that, if you can hear me, Max. You can sense that something is definitely watching you in the forest, in this jungle area. And you feel a presence from the body of the snake ask you, how about an exchange?
She can't hear us.
No, she can't hear us. Boo.
Oh no.
Technical difficulties are fun.
Well, while Sarah is troubleshooting that, let's jump back into town really quick. So we can hear you. You continue to troubleshoot with Josh there, and we'll jump to everybody else. If anybody else was up to any last things before we got ready to leave.
I think
I would want to find Bartrin. They are.
Bartran is already on the skeletal ship and trying to find where he's going to Earth, wherever he's going to have his space. So he's
You're good, Sarah.
Just, I guess, whenever I see you kind of in the common space, just... Bartrin, I had a question. Something caught my ear earlier, if you don't mind me asking.
Not at all.
When we were voting on which ship we wanted to go on, you chose this one because you said that you were a hollow like him. I'm not familiar with the terminology. What does that mean?
How much do you know about me, Bob?
About what?
How much do you know about me?
So it's not enough?
We met in Kosoba.
We did.
I'd been living with Brundoinum in Kosoba for 30 years before we met. I was thrown into Kosoba during the breaking of the world. And
The what?
when the sky cracked.
But Oh.
David, I'm gonna shoot you a DM really quick just to double check something.
Backstory. So deep.
It's been a year since I came up with this.
I'm going to put it out there. Probably at the tail end of this conversation, Jaeger strolls up. Like, not there at all for this whole time. Just be walking down the road extra cowboyishly.
Springing his step. Then a little bit lighter.
A little bit lighter, but more of like a wider girth to his step. Like,
Things
there's
are a
some
little
pain.
chafy.
Not girth.
Okay. Correcting some timeline stuff. There we go.
My mistake. The reference to the sky cracking is incorrect on my part. Sorry about that.
The 30 years.
Yes. When the incident that threw me into Ksoba took place, I was changed.
Oh.
So him saying 30 years too, just to clarify, because I know we just did a bunch of confusing timey-wimey stuff. You know
that's
this
not
guy
30 years
was
ago.
cracked 30 years ago.
But that's not when it cracked.
Yeah, it cracked over 100 years ago.
Way before that, yeah.
And Botrin insists that he was gone for 30 years from the world. So
Right.
just to clarify timelines, and we all know that time is fucking Ksoba.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I got that.
Perfect. Okay, thanks. Sorry, letting you do your thing. Shutting up now.
I am not whole.
That's quite a statement. In what sense? Do you feel?
Most-
Do you?
I feel. But I am not complete.
Interesting. What do you suppose is missing?
My soul.
Huh. I don't entirely know what to say. How do you just feel this, or is it something that you've discovered?
I felt it. It was ripped from me, and for the longest time I was not able to look for it. But now that I am finally finding my footing, I think I will.
I have so many questions. Why have you not mentioned this before? If I can pry.
I've been very directionless for a long time, and many others in our small family have stronger directions, and so I floated along with you because it seemed better than just being in a library.
Just kind of put a reassuring hand on the shoulder. My friend, if you are missing something part of you, something important, we would like to help you find it. I don't think I can more confidently speak for the rest of us, but that's worth our time.
Botrin steps in close to Soren and places his forehead against Soren's forehead, and his hair settles on his shoulders.
Brief moment of, oh god, that's really creepy, but it's really cool. I mean, he draws back and says, even if those places might be nightmarish,
Especially.
even then, yes. I mean, it's hard to describe somewhere where we're going as anything other than nightmarish. Frozen rim of the world.
Jaeger shows up right then.
Getting your sea legs.
Botrin pulls Spackle up into his arms.
How do you like the boat, little one?
Spackle just smiles.
Try to ruffle her hair, but it just goes right through.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't work.
No, I know. It's the thought that counts, though, right? Well, thank you for telling me that. I mean,
There
I
are
think it's
other things we can talk about on the voyage. You know, seeing we might have time.
I think you should tell the rest too. I mean, I know Max would have a myriad of questions. As do I, but time and a place, right? Alright. Just give him one more pat on the shoulder and go find my room as well.
Botrin will go out onto the top of the deck and just stay by one of the railings and watch out over the ocean.
Okay. So in that case, we will actually jump back and go back to Maximiel,
Hello.
who's
Hello there.
who's out
Every time.
among the jungle, and
Did you guys hear that I wanted to lay the snake out and put the flower on its head?
no, I missed that, and I was telling you that there was something that was definitely observing you, and it heard you say, "Trickster's gonna trick," and it says, "Tricksters. How about a deal then?"
What sort of deal?
The snake's mouth opens and the fangs unfurl. This crispy fried snake that you just obliterated. Its mouth opens and fangs unfurl, and you see a handful of seeds on its mouth, inside of it. You feel the presence move up behind you. I want you to take these for me and place them somewhere else. You do that, and I grant you great power. You betray me, and well, you feed me anyways.
Oh boy. I don't like the sound of becoming lunch, but I'm also a little,
It's very simple. You plant some seeds and it works out
You
for
see,
everyone.
you say that. You say it's gonna be simple, but do you mean it? Would you mind Look, I will possibly do it, but would you just mind telling me what the caveat is ahead of time?
You plant
just
the
so I can.
seeds, or don't plant these seeds. Take the deal and don't plant these seeds and then die.
Right. Is there I mean, I have like an idea, an inkling in my brain of where somewhere else is, but
Off
do
of
you have...
this damned island, Kutala, my twin, keeps me trapped here, and I want to move further out. I would ask that you do me this honor and spread these seeds for me. Thank you.
And real quick, can I ask what you're gonna give me in return if I do so?
Are you asking this and turning to look at this entity?
Nope.
Yep. Excellent. The snake has very good venom. It would be a great boon to you, someone who can wield the magic in the way that you do. You'll find it's a quite exciting new bit of capability for you. You can feel it now, burning and tingling slightly in your arm. How would you like to not just be able to have such a shocking personality, but one that persists and reminds those who trifle with you that you are not a weakling in this world?
Well, I mean, I'm not a weakling. I don't need to remind them of that.
You are a
because usually they're-
child!
I mean, yeah, but I'm also, you know.
You feel the wind of the jungle just push over you and force you to a knee.
Oh, goodness. Oh, lordy lord. Okay. Apologies for hurting your feelings. I meant no such disrespect. I can hear boss music and I'm a little concerned.
You can hear what?
Don't worry about it.
It's very
It must just
simple.
be my
You just
blood in my
reach your
ears.
hand in there and take the deal and spread the seeds for me, and I will grant you a sliver of my power.
Okay.
Or you ignore it and you just go along your way. A weaker version of what you could become.
Oh. Well, the last time I listened to the voices in my head, I kind of wound up almost dying underneath Busat.
Sweetheart, how many voices are there in your head?
Too many. Too many.
Well, mine won't be a voice. It's a very simple deal, and you follow your part of the bargain, and then there won't be anything to worry about.
You say that, but I'm kind of already... So you said that your sister, Kutala, is, like, keeping you here?
I'm done arguing with the mortal. It is very simple.
No,
you
I'm
take
just
the
trying
deal
to...
and plant the seeds for me, or you ignore the deal.
Or I ignore the deal.
The snake's mouth starts to close. Sarah, you have 10 seconds to make a decision.
Oh God. No, I gotta say no. I thank you
3,
so much for this
2,
opportunity. I say
1.
no. I thank you for the opportunity.
Lashes out towards you,
God damn it.
Bro.
but it dissipates as it gets close to you. And the wind goes back to normal. And suddenly
Ah!
the forest is calm again.
Ah! Gah! Interesting deal. Again, thank you for the offer. I appreciate you reaching out to me. I'm just not really available for it at the time.
Storm clouds start to roll in, but it doesn't seem like it's adverse weather. Just seems to be normal weather. It's not localized. There's a storm on the horizon.
Oh, yay! Lightning. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna go back to town before I get in even more trouble. Mama Katala, please protect me. I'm gonna speed walk back into town and not stop until I see someone that I know.
Sure. You get about 150 feet into town and you see Rodnan carrying supplies. And
Holy shit, Rodden!
what?
Speed walk next to him, grab a parcel that he's carrying, and continue walking with him.
Well, I've got it, but thank you, I guess. Did you have a nice walk?
Yeah.
Okay.
I talk to way too many gods, buddy. I really do. It's a problem. I should stop.
You're talking to gods now?
Oh, bro. You don't even know the half of it. Oh my god. Where am I taking this? Let's go. Let's go.
To the ship. Isadora said she was getting another box for me. There, right there. See, she's got the satchel and the duffel bag. And you see Isadora's kind of got a couple arms full of things. As you're
Isadora,
walking out
you're
to
so strong. I love you so much.
Aw, thanks. Ain't nothing but a. I don't know, and I'm not Jaeger. I don't have quick things to say.
Would you happen to be immune to snakes?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Good to know. The more the better, you know? That's what I always say. Here's another box.
Isadora,
What just happened?
You're fairly not observant. Never mind, you're dumb. Never mind.
She's not dumb. She's just
not good at observing
vision,
things.
okay?
She's got tunnel
tunnel
vision. Sarah Maximil's face looks very like distraught, but it definitely distracts you from the bleeding snake bite on your arm, which Rodnan, seeing you hand something else to Isadora, goes, "Whoa, did you get bit by something?"
I mean, yes.
That looks like a pretty nasty snake bite.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
You should
actually
see
does
the
look
other
like
guy.
a snake bite. Who's walking around with snake fangs, dude? That's you
Snakes.
totally got bit by a snake.
Yeah.
Doran's selective hearing just heard the word fangs and he goes, "Fangs? Where? What fangs?"
Doran's 200 yards down the street screaming about fangs.
Isadora just kind of like puts her stuff down in a pile and is like, "Max, come here." And she grabs her by the wrists and just kind of starts observing the snake bite. It's like, well, I mean, looks like you already got the venom out.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you doing? Why did you what? How? I need the context as to what was the cause of a snake biting you.
I tried to pet a snake.
Why did you try petting a snake?
Because it seemed like it wanted to be pet.
What did it do? What did it do to seem like it wanted to be pet?
Well, I mean, first it acted like it was gonna bite me.
Oh, and that's what made you think it was okay to pet it,
But then it
right?
stopped. I said a magic word, and it stopped, and it seems like it was gonna be friendly. But then it turned out. Yeah. The name of the local trickster god. Not mesothelioma. What's
If you were a loved one, have been affected by mesothelioma.
You were a loved one have been affected by melaneme.
What is God's name?
melaneme?
Melaneme. What Isadora know anything about it, considering her affiliation with?
I mean,
her affiliation with the what is it? What was the snake that she uses the venom for her tattoo? The night serpent. Her knowledge was serpents. Would she know about this god?
I mean, you go ahead and roll a history check.
Okay. I'm not expecting much, but it's worth a shot. These rolls are not great. History?
Yeah.
Oh, +0 to that roll. A 3. Woo!
I mean,
yeah, never heard of them.
You recall something about these snakes. Somebody named like Jimothy Greg Wetworth used to help people that had bad snake bite cases coming out of the melaneme section of the jungle, and it was like some big Ponzi scheme, really. He had some really like
named Jimothy, yeah,
really cheesy tagline about calling him up to Jimothy Greg Wetworth.
Jay,
Oh my
God. 877 cash now.
God damn it! I just got it. Fuck.
Max, you do realize that you're really friggin' lucky that this snake bite is not as poisonous as it could have been.
I mean,
You could have been. You could have fallen
I
over
don't think
30 seconds
melanoma
out.
wanted to hurt me.
Well, then what did the god want?
For her to bite the snake and get poisoned because she ate it.
Yeah, well, it kind of wanted me to take some seeds and plant them in Eterna, I think. But I didn't.
Rodnan, what?
Well, I mean, that's really good. You probably
You
was an
go to
invasive
a-
species.
What, oh, the invasive species aside, how often do you go to what is that place called?
Just off the island, so maybe Holderima, but I don't think it would grow well off of Holderima, so like...
No, you said Eterna. What is that?
Oh! We have some catching up to do on the boat, buddy. I promise, it's another place.
How long does it take to get there?
I don't know.
Is it quite a ways to sail?
I don't know if you can sail there, actually. The
Then
only way that I
how'd
know
you
about
get
getting there
there?
is through a magical portal.
A magical what?
Portal. Portal.
Hey, Max.
I'm gonna go to the boat. You should get that snake bite checked out because I think it's doing things to your brain.
Actually, I wouldn't think
He
snake venom would
walks
do
off.
that.
He gets the hell out of there. He is very confused.
You know,
Until
I
he
just
hears
like you, and you were just a
girlfriend.
sweet and cute and wonderful woman. But the moment Rodnan is in your presence, it's like he is beneath your foot. I don't know what you did to him, but he is definitely very, very intimidated by you.
Oh, he kind of faked his death accidentally and then lied to me a whole bunch. So he's and I got mad at him for doing so because I have a little bit of I don't like it when people lie to me very much. I mean, nobody does, but
Fair.
like he lied to me, so
Max, you recognize a bunch of the people that are mercenaries here, like a good handful of them, are from the Hammers of Mitatona, like they survived and are still part
Yay!
of that group. And you look down the street as you're talking about Rodnan, and he's walking away, and you see a couple of the mercenaries that you recognize from the Hammers of Mitatona. That one of them gives him a shoulder, and he turns and he's like, scoffs at them, but the other sticks a foot out, so as soon as he continues walking, he trips and drops everything he was carrying. The two of them kind of laugh and keep walking to the docks. Seems that more than just you remember what happened in Mitatona.
yeah, he also was a part of a group that was stealing stuff. And the Hammers were trying to like oh man, that was a while ago. The Hammers
So
were
why do
trying
we
to
trust
defeat
him? Why do we trust this guy?
Katal liked him enough to bring him back from the dead, and I trust her.
Wait, who's Katala again?
Mama Katala, jungle god lady slash person.
And it's not the same. It's not the same one you were just talking to.
No, it's no mesothelioma is different than Katala. They're like different sides. They're sisters, I think.
Mesothelioma. I think I've heard that before. It's like right on the tip of my tongue, but I just can't remember.
Yeah, Jimothy Gregory Wetworth told you about it.
Yeah. No, Margarine is
What
just.
was the town he was based out of?
Margarine
Was it
seems like she's
Arthur?
I
kind of
need cash
rude,
now.
but Mama Katala, we're like tight. We're tight, but as opposed to like
Why do
Marmalade,
you call her Mama?
because she's Mother Katala. That's the locals refer to her as Mother Katala, but I think Mama Katala like rolls off the tongue better.
I mean, you got a point. I mean, maybe
They
next
call
time
her,
you
like,
go
the mother of
to
the jungle.
talk to gods, maybe bring me along. That sounds like a bunch of fun.
Okay, yeah. You just got to find a nice plant.
Also, it would just make me feel a lot better if you weren't doing these little dangerous excursions all by your lonesome. next time a snake tries to bite you, I can be there.
Hey, y'all.
Yes.
You see Maribel walking out of the tavern like with an armful of shit. Y'all are about as useful standing there as a screen door on a boat. Why don't you get your asses in gear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
We're supposed to be leaving in like 30 minutes here.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah,
I have everything I need.
Yeah, Max, this is the
Hey,
last
Jaeger.
of stuff. If you have anything that you want to bring onto the boat and get yourself set up, I think everyone else is on there.
Yeah, I'll grab my bag of holding.
Okay. And Isadora, grabs all this stuff and just starts waddling it over to the boat.
Okay. As you're walking, remember, I didn't mean for y'all to finish your conversation right away. I mean, your mouth's doing one thing, your hands can do another. It's not too tough.
No, it's all good. We were just rambling at that point.
Well, ramble on down to the boat. Let's go.
All right.
So Maribel kicking Isadora, probably the only person you'd see kicking Dora's ass into gear, walking down the street with her as they make their way to the docks. Everybody else has pretty much found their way down, getting ready to leave this evening. All right.
That woman has my respect. I will follow her to the ends of the earth if she demanded it.
I mean, we
about
kind
to.
of are.
We're literally about to go to the ends of the earth.
Literally, yeah.
All right. With that, the Midnight Parliament enters. This is kind of the key moment, I would say. That's chapter 4
Nap time?
out of 5 of our journey, as you guys
Nap time?
leave Cyorion and make your way. Well, leave the known map of Cyorion and make your way to Holderima.
Uncharted territory.
Setting off underneath the evening twilight, making your way out into the ocean. The group of you on board the Azure Serenade with Captain Rourke, Rodnan, Maribel, and 8 of the mercenaries. You take off about 5 minutes after the Stars Eden, heading west towards the twilight edge of the world. And with that, we are going to jump into long-term travel montage, because the journey to get to that part of the ocean, traveling on an average of about 48 miles a day, which is 4 hexes. That's with, crews working around the clock to keep the ship sailing westward at a good pace together. To get to where Holderima is in sight is 2 weeks.
Okay.
So we're going to do some time jumps as you guys leave Brisbane westward. And we'll tell you, since none of you guys are running any of the official checks for, the journey, you don't have to guide or anything like that. We have no departure rolls for you guys, but we will do a group emphasis roll. So I need you guys to choose 2 people to roll a d20 each for the group's emphasis roll, leaving Brisbane, heading west.
I'll roll really low, guys. I don't know if you want to pick me.
I'm willing,
We got Maddie.
but just promise not to be mad.
Or if mom's watching, we let mom choose one person too.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let me ask this: given my experience on a traveling merchant vessel, would that grant me any sort of advantage?
I will give you a +2 circumstance bonus to your roll if you were the one to roll. One of the 2.
Okay. Then I would take that roll.
Okay. Do you want to roll yours first? See what happens?
Oh, let's do it.
Do it.
All
Do
right,
it.
here we go. D20 roll. And that is a 14 with a +2, 16.
16. Fantastic. All right. Who's rolling the second one? You just need to roll not a 3 or lower.
Is mom choosing for us?
She's
Yeah,
not
although-
chatting, so I think Mom might be busy.
Okay.
All right, I got this.
Okay.
And a 2 and a...
Oh,
Oh, it's even
Alright.
better. You guys have been through, most of you have been through a large ordeal together. Most recently, some very unnerving fights that you've been a part of together. But you have a pretty solidified mission. You've decided what you have to do. You know what's out ahead of you. And you feel confident in what's to come, even though you are. It's okay to feel fear going to the absolute unknown edges of the world. You feel like you're as prepared as possible. There's even a sled on the boat to help carry some of the stuff across the ice. You feel that you can make your way to Holderima and discover what is out there and where these undead are hiding. So with that, everybody has advantage for the travel until you fail a check. The difficulty of this check or this travel is fairly high because it's charting out into the unknown. And Soren,
Yes.
I told you I was writing a thing for you,
You did.
but it's not good done written yet. And if
That is
Nate
okay.
decides to share this with everybody, he can.
Oh.
But you feel the knob of Hearth and Home jiggle kind of in your pocket where you keep it.
Fuck. Fuckity fuck. 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 No, it's not supposed to do that.
Tavern!
I was literally just thinking about this yesterday. What is our current status with Tavern?
We're still buddies. We're still friends.
Left on amicable terms.
Yeah.
We just haven't needed it because we've had places to stay. So I feel it jiggle. How jiggly are we talking here? Like just a nudge, or is it like one of those like your table is ready vibrating square things at a restaurant?
It's kind of like it's kind of, you know, buzzing you like Outback Steakhouse a little bit. You feel it move, just like a letting you. Something's moving in your pocket though. You can feel it.
Okay, let me get my word counter. Hold on.
Are you reaching in to check on it? Because it does feel awkward in the pocket.
I am going to send to my daughter. Yeah, we're good. That's 10 words. I don't know why I counted. So casting sending to Sarai. Darling, first off, hello. The doorbell, or the doorknob. The doorknob is wobbling. Is everything okay? Is Tavern all right?
You know, having cast this enough, when the spell completes, like there's nothing blocking you, it reaches its destination, you feel the magical energy reach the intended target.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the message begin to respond back to you, and it is silent. You hear what equates to a slight bit of radio frequency static as blank thoughts return to you and shuts off.
Blank thoughts. As in, like, this is an awkward silence.
As in just this face.
Okay. Can I insight or arcana or something that to know whether or not that means that the mind I have reached to is empty or if it's just embarrassed?
The mind that you've reached to received the spell, and it is Sarai. It is most definitely your daughter. You know she's not potted or an imposter or anything like that.
Okay.
It reached her, and it's not responding to you.
The mind you have reached has been disconnected.
Yeah. I'm gonna gonna send again. I've memory check. I've been able to send not to Tavern, but to Morfello with relative success, right?
You have been able to send to Morfello.
Okay, then I would send to Morfello next.
Okay.
Hey, Morfello, just checking in. The doorknob is wobbling and Sarai isn't responding. Are you all right?
He immediately responds like, "Oh yes, everything's fine. Well, physically we're okay. You might want to just read the letter. I hope all turns out well."
I haven't gotten a letter, have I?
You felt the knob wiggle in your pocket.
All right.
You have not done anything with it.
I'm gonna go find Drake and ask him if I can create a door on his weird ship. If that's gonna fuck with anything.
If you can what?
So, are you familiar with extra dimensional spaces or teleportation, or I don't know what the fuck it does, but it's a magic doorknob that opens a place other than here
Are
to
you
somewhere
holding
else.
it? Like
Yeah,
showing it to him?
just kind of showing
Okay.
him.
If you reached into your pocket to retrieve the doorknob, there is a folded letter in your pocket that was not there before.
Oh my god! As I reach out and pull it,
That is a piece of paper.
this is a
not
letter.
doorknob.
Sorry. No, you're right. I guess while we're having this conversation, is that all right if we need to later? We have this thing. We haven't used it in a while because we've been,
As
safe in the
long
city,
as
but
it does not damage the ship, you are fine.
it will leave no marks, I promise.
Do
Right,
what
thank you.
must. Okay.
I'll go read the letter, I guess.
Soren, you can choose to share the letter out loud with everybody, or you can choose to post it later when I finish the story for you, or you can make everybody else take off their headphones and I can tell you the body of the letter and what is entailed in there, and you can determine how Soren reacts with this.
That one.
Everybody else?
So just scoot my way up to the, I guess, probably just my room then. We have like individual cabins, or are we in like shared rooms?
You guys have individual cabins.
Okay, so I would just go to my cabin then and sit on whatever bed we have for us and read.
I'm going to give you the
Sad piano music
exact
and everything.
details of the letter when we write when the short story's finished, so you can share it on the Discord and we can put it in the art share.
Okay.
You receive a letter from Sarai that is full of anger. Sarai describes a person she met, an Utample woman by the name of Naya, who was older than her, that she became quite fond of. She was helping Sarai to overcome her inability to perform certain magics, and she felt like she was failing at wizarding, and Naya was helping her through this. And soon after you guys arrived and met with them briefly with the Utample on the island of Ostromut, they said that they were going north. What she didn't say is on their way north, they ran into two pirate vessels off of the coast of Luvios, which was previously a Utample island that was lost to some strange creatures. They parlayed from Tavern with these pirates, and they found that the pirates and some adventurers were clearing the island to gain or to curry favor with the Utample. Tavern in Morfello and Vads, as she calls him, I believe, or Vobs. She refers to this person Vobs that you've never heard of. They believed that the Utample would be overjoyed to hear this. So they returned, and the Utample launched a counteroffensive to reclaim this island that they had lost decades ago.
That these pirate adventurers had helped reclaim.
They were trying to help reclaim it.
Okay.
And then she starts to blame you. That you forced Morfellow and Tavern to keep her safe. And she describes having to watch the Utomple try to lay siege to a coast and start to become overwhelmed. And she was trying everything in her might to cast spells from the deck of the ship to assist her friends that were dying on the shore, and Morfellow and Tavern restrained her. And then she describes waiting back with the Utomple villagers and the horror she had to witness as Naya's body was laid before her parents. And she blames you for not allowing her to use her gifts to help others. That your, what she calls a petty desire to keep her safe and not let her live her life, has now led to the death of her friend. She wishes you the best in your journey, but she says, I think I'm forging a new path with Vobs, and I need to find my own way without you. And it's simply signed, Sarai.
I'd spend a little while thinking on it, read it over again and again. I'd think about sending to her again, but I wouldn't. I'd probably pace in the cabin for about half an hour or so. Think about it again. Not. Read the letter again, then sit back down, kind of think it over again. Fold it back up, put it back in the envelope. Put it at the tail end of my my spell book. Just in the kind of like little notes pocket. Just sort of. All right. All right. I'll go to the, I guess the upper deck and just find some air. Just stare out at the ocean for a while.
Since this is your scene, I'll ask you who among the group spots you on the deck first, and we'll let everybody come back, but that person will be the one that comes and joins you and sees you up on the deck.
I'm gonna roll for it. I don't know.
Okay. I like it.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 6 minus me.
I'm gonna
so
let them all
D6
get back
minus
on
1.
now. So as you're doing this, let everybody else come back. Come on, guys. See the headphones. Come back,
That's
friends.
that's Max.
Everybody's coming back. Maximil.
Yes.
Late. I would say, Soren, this is about the 5th day of travel when this occurs.
Okay.
So, Maximil. Soren had been mostly absent for the day. But you'd seen him throughout the morning and the afternoon. He just kind of disappeared after lunch. It eats at you a little bit, but it was not off the ship. He's probably fine. He's just preparing himself for what's to come. And near midnight, you get the inkling for a cup of tea and a walk on the deck. And you head up there, and the few skeletons that are manning the vessel at night are up there, but Up near the bow of the ship, Soren is standing, looking into the distance. And the rest of you, the day had gone on normally, and you're in your evening, sleeping, resting, whatever you do. Maximiel was the one that was randomly chosen to engage for this. But Max, you do finally spot Soren after he was missing for half the day.
Max is going to approach, not necessarily quietly, but she's not trying to make a big, like, hoof about arriving. And she's gonna prop herself up so she can see over where he's looking.
Just
up on her
staring out at the ocean.
elbows. I haven't seen you a lot today. Are you trying to shirk out on your boatly duties? Everything all right?
Do I have duties?
You
No,
guys
I'm
do
just trying to
minor
make
jobs.
I'm just trying to lighten the mood. You seem very pensive.
Yeah, sorry. Been a weird day. Was magically delivered a letter from Sarai via doorknob in my pocket. Had some very interesting things to say about her time there, away. Places she's been, people she's met, people she's lost.
Oh.
Where she stands now.
Where does she stand?
Who do you blame for the death of your uncle? Do you blame someone?
I blame Galaxolin. And I am upset with the changelings for their hand in hurting him and me over the years, but I mean, Galaxolin is the one who dealt the final blow, even though the changelings were cruel to his body afterwards. I mean, why? Why, Soren?
She had a friend, I think, some sort of, I don't know, one of the Utomples. The warrior women that we spent some time with. She was... After we left, they went north and they ran into some pirates, some adventurers that they ended up clashing with. It didn't go well. She's fine, but this friend of hers, this other person, was not so lucky. She blames me because I made Tavern and Morfello keep her safe. I asked them to ensure that she is not to be harmed while she is in their care. She called me petty. Said she's taking a different path, which I don't begrudge her for. Do you think I'm petty?
Not for this. I mean, I've seen you be petty, like to those stake people in the cathedral, but I mean, you're only petty when you need to, when you need to be, but this isn't petty. This is your daughter's life. I can understand her frustration and her anger and her needing to get away from home. I mean, on a very personal level, I also have similar, but you're not at all responsible for making sure she's safe while the world is ending. And I'm sorry that she is upset with you. I'm sorry that she's hurting and you can't be there to help her.
I don't think I would be able to help if I was there. She's quite angry with me. I suppose in a way she is right, though. Not entirely, but
I mean,
ask them
how-
to keep her safe, and that does mean that she does not get to charge off, storming the beaches, along with her warrior friends.
Ah.
I understand that there's a bit of hypocrisy there. I'm literally sailing with you all to the edge of the world right now. To fight God knows what, but...
I mean, do you think your mom would do the same thing to you? If she was still around, would she make sure that you were as safe as possible and weren't sailing off to the edge of the world to do God knows what?
No. She knew that whatever I could get up to in those sewers was not nearly as dangerous as what was waiting for us above. She let me run and she let me have my freedom and my little samplings of danger. Rats that were just too big to really justify, you know. I don't know, maybe I'm holding her back, maybe... I don't know.
I guess there isn't any way to know what's right or wrong. We're all doing this for the first time. You know, you don't really experience world-ending catastrophes all the time. I mean, I guess you've experienced a couple, but that's just because you're ancient. But this is your first time having to take care of someone. And also have the fate of the world riding on you and your, group's shoulders.
Still not used to that.
Yeah, I don't like it very much, but it's what's here.
Are you capable of sending?
Yeah. Do you want me?
Not now, but... I don't know. Sometimes
I'll check in
wisdom
on
is
her.
easier digested when it comes from someone that you're not currently furious with.
Yeah. It's...
And she did take a liking to you.
She will forgive you, even though I don't think that there is anything here to be forgiven.
I'm not so delusional to think that she's going to die angry with me, but it's more just the concern that now that she is, I don't know, in this state of mind, in this state of anger, that she might do something brash.
All right. Well,
I
is
know
there
that
something?
feeling
Is there
she will.
something we can do to help
Space,
her?
I suppose. Give her space, give her time. Perhaps hearing from her mother might help, but I don't know. Glad I didn't use the doorknob. I
Oof.
was going to march right in there and assume that something was wrong, but it was wrong. Anyway.
I wish I
late.
had better advice for you, but I'm also a runaway who got angry at her authority and
Yeah, slightly different scenarios here. They experimented on you and used you
Yeah.
as a weapon, so not really the same thing if I'm being perfectly
no,
honest.
absolutely not the same thing, but I can see why she would be upset. It's absolutely not the same. You are so much not like the changelings. I did not mean to make that comparison whatsoever. You okay. You're a
Pull her
good
and give her a
dad.
big hug.
Oh. You
Thank
are a
you.
good dad.
For what it's worth, you're a better daughter than they ever deserved. Get some sleep.
Only if
All
you
of it.
do. Ah. Me too.
Stand for a moment after telling each other mutually to get some sleep, enjoying the tranquility of a sea of stars reflected on the cresting ocean waves as the two ships bob through the night heading west. With that, we'll end our first week of travel and take a break. So, we'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes. Everybody, let everyone here grab a drink and a quick break. But when we get back, we end up in the frigid oceans of Holderima. So stick around. We'll see you guys soon. Welcome back, everybody. We had a bit of a moment there talking about spicy books from Book Talk, and we all had to share for a few moments there. To got to be the book porn power hour for a moment there, but we wanted to stop it before it got too far. Otherwise, we would have never come back, knowing all of us nerds. But after
Cucumber. Oh, sorry.
oh yeah, the cucumber's making a comeback. God, no, brain, stop. I'm coming up with terrible jokes about cucumbers. So after a couple days ago, after a touching moment on in the evening hours, Soren, I'm assuming, kind of goes a little bit back to normal as best as he can, doing his duties during the day. Doesn't seem that off, just doesn't really talk about it too much.
For the most part, yeah. Just
Max wants to
There's
try to
nothing-
help take care of him.
You suddenly wake up, to an insistent tiefling bringing, tiefling teas and scones for breakfast in the morning.
Oh, that's a lot. Thank you. Is it my birthday?
Is it?
I don't know. I don't actually know when I was born.
It is.
Me neither.
It is appreciated because, as you know, outside, 3 days later now, it's been getting quite a bit colder.
Cold as fuck.
As we
Winter fit.
ready?
Yeah, winter fit. First day of
Everybody
it.
is on their winter fits, and we will pull you into the massive map that is Holderima, and we'll share with our friends.
Oh,
Josh, remember you have full Zoom access, so give me just a minute, so I can give the full
yeah, it's
before
definitely
you
the snow
zoom.
effects that are.
Let me zoom
that
in
are
for the
making it shed a
map.
little
Zoom,
bit.
but just wanted to we'll give a full map of this segment of Holderima that Nate put together for us. So
Is
we'll
big.
let the stream see this ginormo map really quick,
Ooh, qu'est-ce que c'est?
and
The
then
glacial edge.
we'll zoom it in here
That's
to
what they
where
called me
we're
in
at.
high school.
The glacial edge.
We got long rests, right?
You do have long rests, yes.
Okay.
The-
We're gonna get rid of that exhaustion. We're good.
Exhaustion. How'd you get exhaustion points?
Pooping.
Never recovered from that event. Was exhausted.
Legitimately.
Like, actually? Oh, shit.
That's why I got the coffee. Was I was exhausted.
Yeah, he was exhausted from staying up all night, but I just was joking about the pooping.
Right. I forgot about that bit.
Rest.
But you can see off the horizon the twinkling kind of refraction of the light of the world as it makes a bit of a twilight, aurora borealis effect as you're coming to the edge of the world. And you guys probably they let you know you have about a week of travel left. So I did want to pause for a moment. Anybody that had any questions of Captain Rourke, any roleplay stuff that they wanted to go through while we were on the vessels, more than want to give you the time because you guys are on about 2 weeks of downtime. But if nobody has anything they want to discuss, we'll just move through the events.
Isadora is going to find Jaeger again. Where does she find him?
I mean, go ahead. Ben, you were gonna say something?
Nope, I was just
Oh.
cleaning the wine off my thumb.
I think he's just doing normal lookout stuff. I don't think he's one for too much help just because he's not that strong. But probably just somewhere on the deck looking out.
Okay. Well, she walks up next to him. Yeah, I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable here by bringing up topics of conversation that are hard for you to talk about, but it's been itching at the back of my mind since we last spoke. What was the name of the village that you came from?
Why?
Last I remember, we actually come from the same corner of Cyorion, and I would just like you to satisfy my curiosity.
not from my town, but it was called Littenstead.
Can I roll for that?
You don't have to. I was DMing you. You know,
Oh.
you've heard of Littenstead because you've been in the business long enough. You've never been there, but you know it was nearby.
We were just a tiny little mountain community north of Kiev. Minding our own business. I mean, sheep, random herded animals. I mean, there wasn't much.
Okay. All right. It's been about 100 years, give or take, but been trying to recollect my thoughts about my early life and that side of the world. I don't think I've ever been to your village, but I think I did hear about it from time to time. I kind of knew about it when I was brought into the business after my family was trafficked away from, well, you know, it was just on the edge of the association's purview, so I was just curious.
Well, I mean, they were actually good people. And I can't say it was 100 years ago, so I don't know how much help that is to you, 'cause I'm not close to that yet.
Yeah, I mean, you don't look like it. No worries about that there. All right, well, I appreciate the openness and honesty. If I could be of any help later, I'll make sure to let you know.
Appreciate it.
And if you have any questions about what I was doing on that side of the world, you can always ask. I don't bite. Honesty goes both ways.
Feel you. I don't have anything pressing to ask necessarily, other than you're so interested in finding out what your family did, getting back to them or taking them down or whatever vengeance plot you're after.
Nah, they're all dead. Yeah, kind of a mood killer. It happened so long ago. Anybody who could have been a part of that, they're dead too. So, not really a part of the whole revenge plot line, if I had one. Definitely long gone in the past.
Noted.
Okay. Anybody else
One day
have
it won't be awkward with you, Jaeger.
As you're walking down, and everybody else on the deck, kind of like the skeletons are like, and go back about their business.
Do they seem sentient?
They are. Yep. Yep. The casual conversation with them, they all can talk. Casual conversation. The skeletal crew that's here is the remnants of Rourke's original crew.
This is Bob. Bob.
Are there any tieflings?
Yeah, there's one with tiefling horns.
Cool.
Isadora walks by Bob,
cool?
gives him a good little fist bump.
What's up, Bob? Bob becomes our favorite.
Bob's like,
What's up, Bob?
Hey, Bob.
he gives you like the, he doesn't have a tongue, so it's like clack clack of the jaw. He'll like rock his head and he goes clack clack.
I love Bob. I hope nothing happens to Bob.
I gotta stop describing shit because you guys just latch on.
We will. It is our mission to adopt every NPC you give us.
True.
You just make them all so good.
Yeah, they're all friendly and fun.
Did we talk to Bob about llamas?
No.
We have
Bob
an
does
interest in
not
wool?
know what llamas are. He doesn't get cold, so he's not sure.
Oh. That's weird.
Um,
Not a very well-traveled
what-
man for a sailor.
Well, he didn't work too much in this region. He was one of the newer guys. Bob was pretty new when the ship went down, and so he's just been trying to
poor
live out
Bob.
his best afterlife, you know?
what did Rourke have to say about Tusk upon further asking?
Do you want the summary, or do you want to have a scene with him? Because I'm kind of like of either with this one.
Just a summary is okay. We don't need to take up too much time.
So now that you're out to sea, Tusk is somebody that Rourke knew of that was the primary wayfinder for a person named Haverford Lindholm. And it was really like Tusk was someone that Rourke admired, and Haverford Lindholm was someone that worked with Tusk. But Tusk and Haverford really paved the way for everything that Lady Seraphine Nightblade, I think was her name. Lady Nightblade, all the stuff she did, she really took credit.
Nightshade.
Nightshade, yeah. Lady Nightshade, she took a lot of the credit. These two, Tusk and Haverford, were the two explorers, and they were in it for the exploration. Like, they wanted to know more. And Tusk was a colloquial name given to this person that was a Tusker. Which you've heard of Tuskers, but not something you see normally. There's a small community of them that you've heard of in the Kingdom of Kiath, way to the south on Lemindor, like the most southern tip of that continent. But what you know of Tuskers is that they're nomadic people that live near Holderima. There's not a lot of information on them. Like, you've seen a drawing of one and you're like, wow, there's people like that exist. That's really it. But Tusk was a Tusker because his name was unable to be pronounced by most normal people, so they just called him Tusk, and he liked that well enough. Haverford was his partner, and the two of them explored a lot of Holderima, and they were pretty much the people that you wanted to, like, that you really wanted to have in your corner. But Lady Nightblade took advantage of it. Or Nightshade. She's the jerk. I don't care about as much, or her about as much.
Yeah, that's
Nightshade.
what you said last time. But Nightblade is also cool.
Nope, it's Nightshade.
Okay.
I just referred to the notes, the actual, like, documented, typed up post-game notes, not the quick scribblings that are down below me during game time. Yeah, I mean, he admired Tusk, and Tusk worked for Haverford, and the two of them got along well together. So he liked Tusk more, though. He thought Tusk was a little bit tougher of a dude, and Haverford was a bit of a dandy.
So he knew them personally?
He had worked with them to help, like, escort them a couple of times. They spent long seasons out in Holderima. So he would be doing most of his normal business, and at that time, piracy wasn't super rampant, but it was more, kind of every man for himself on the sea.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't that pirates were just out there looking to loot and plunder, but people would get lost and desperate trying to explore, and they would take advantage of people. So they hired folks like Rourke, who was pretty much a buccaneer and would work for whoever paid the most. And he would just defend them and keep them safe as they were traveling and doing their work. They seemed to be well funded, but he didn't know who they worked for. And then he heard about Lady Nightshade, and the one time she came with them. That was pretty much the last time he saw Tusk and Lindholm. It was when she came with. She was stopping briefly for part of the expedition. They went further inland on her urgings than they had ever been, and he never saw him again. And he had picked up Nightshade like 3 days later. She was only there briefly, and then she had a bunch of documents that they had picked up for her and that they had been keeping notes on, and she brought it back and kind of built an empire on some of that stuff.
Do you know what city Lady Nightshade went to?
He has no idea.
Well, cool. Thank you for your time, Captain.
Anytime. I'm just hanging
You're
around.
pretty cool.
Well, I don't get particularly warm or cold these days.
I like your sense of humor. What's your favorite instrument?
Xylophone. And he goes "Brrr" on his rib.
You see, I would have thought it would have been the trombone, but the xylophone is also pretty good.
Do you know what a skeleton's favorite snack is?
No.
Ribs. Spare ribs.
I like it. I like it. I like your style.
Do we all take a D4 of psychic damage?
The puns, dear lord.
I mean, if we need it, everybody take 1 point of psychic damage.
No, I think they're funny.
During the entire voyage, Botrin has been shadowing Rourke and trying to glean as much insight into the nature of this living undead. So I don't know if
he did something to upset a god somewhere, he thinks. And he's cursed to ensure, the safety of the world. Like, he's got some objective, some very vague objective. He kind of curses the gods a little bit about it, but
Does he know specifically who cursed him?
he doesn't recall.
I mean, specifically, I'm trying to determine whether or not Rourke's soul is still attached to him in some way, or if he is without one, the same as I am.
That's a little harder to determine.
Yeah, I didn't know if it would be like an insight or.
He's not certain himself, nor do you have the capabilities to guess. But you recall a ritual you found of soul binding, like it was a marriage ritual that was some ancient ritual of peoples of the Amafea that you had found in a very ancient text while working with Brendoinem. And you kind of worked a variant of this ritual to see if you had a soul, which during your time with Brendoinem, that ritual she cast and confirmed that you do not have one. You recognize then and still recognize now that magic is far beyond you.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. Anybody else have anything in particular they want to do over this week coming into Holderima?
I'd like to find Soren.
I'm around.
Okay. We're gonna say on day 2 of travel, as it starts to get much colder, as you guys are close to the coast. Luckily, you have all your stuff intact. You're slowing down a little bit, dodging icebergs, but a little more work to do. Finally, after the second day, you end up in a clear patch that Soren's on a bit of lookout duty, and Jaeger, you head up early to relieve him for a shift and have a brief moment together in the crow's nest, where you guys you get up a little early to be able to chat with him.
I'll pull out my smoke, offer one over to you. Seems like you might want to partake in a little bit of stress relief.
No, I'm quite all right, thank you.
No worries. Before you head down, I haven't made the group aware, but I think it's smart that I make at least one person aware, and then we decide what to do with it. It's gonna sound a little weird, but there's a voice now.
What?
Yeah. Back when we were, well, even before we even departed, that scene, the fangs and whatnot, I heard a voice. I didn't know if it was just me making it up. It didn't stay long. It didn't say much. It kind of just beckoned me. I kept it to myself. I thought maybe something was trying to reach out to me, but
It beckoned you to do what?
not really do anything. It was more asking questions, and specifically a question about myself, and I didn't answer, didn't respond, but I figured I'd stay away from the group for a while, and if you didn't notice, that's kind of what I did.
Do that a lot.
Yeah, well, I don't know what kind of threat I am. Well, this is not necessarily me. You know, you get it.
Yes.
Well, it came back, and that voice. I don't understand
All right.
what it is, but I have a few theories. And I'll just look down at my wrists that are covered now. I think these are borrowed power of some sort. I don't quite get it. But it's not my innate power. I don't have any magical essence to me like all you. But I think there's something on the other end.
All right. So you think you borrowed this from something and that now it's coming to get it back?
No,
Is it?
I don't think that's it at all.
Oh.
I don't think it wants it back. I think it wants me to do something for it.
That said what?
I don't know yet.
Oh shit! I don't like that. You can see the invisible now. Have you seen it? Have you looked for it? Is it present?
I'll do the monocle of clarity. See invisibility. Doesn't actually use it. Do I see anything invisible?
You don't see an invisible creature, but you see a strange haze coming off of your forearms. It's connected to your body.
Of that.
Oh, this is new. Yeah, I don't know what this is, but
What is
I'm
it?
kind of covered in something. I don't know.
All right. Does it hurt?
No. But I
Is it
really
talking
haven't
to you
had any.
now?
No, not now. And it hasn't in a little bit of time since we left, but I don't know how to approach this, and I'm of course curious, man of nature and everything, and I mean what the books tell me and breakthrough in whatever science this is. I mean, I'm itching to find some answers. But what we're walking into doesn't necessarily give me some time to digest.
All right. I'm assuming you're looking for my advice on the matter.
Yeah, well, if you want to give advice, or more or less, do I tell everyone else and bring them in, or should we watch it? I mean,
I think it is entirely justified that everyone be alerted. Yes.
okay.
If this is something that you're concerned about, then as soon as humanly possible.
Done.
As for, I don't know where to move forward from here. I suppose you have a good read on it, it seems, at least of the instances thus far. Just keep us aware, and I don't know, is it a curse? Do you know if you're cursed? Something of that sort? 'Cause I can fix that, but if it's more than that, then
I'm not sure, and I'm actually kind of terrified to find out, because of the whole last thing where people couldn't touch me and my
Right.
bones were feeling like they were going to break at the slightest little like sneeze of wind.
that's not good. Remind me before bed tonight, and I'll prepare that tomorrow and we can try and see if it's a curse. And well, if it's not, at least we've ruled that out. Did you do anything to court some sort of voice?
If I can remember correctly, we were leaving the town, walked right into the building where all those people were slaughtered by the fangs, and
And you've never heard it before that?
I don't believe I have. maybe in dreams or something, but I mean, I can't recall that, but that was the first time.
All right, well, without specifics of what it says or what it wants or what it seems to be guiding you towards or pulling you to, I don't really say what it might be, but we can try tomorrow and see if it's some sort of curse, and if it is, then, well, hopefully we'll be done with it. If not, then I don't know, we'll wait until it explodes out of you like that awful thing did post-Spackle, and we'll fucking kill it. I don't know.
Well, I mean, if you try and remove the curse and that happens, I can't say the ship won't sink. Guess there's worse places to be when that happens.
Wait, I'm sorry. You think if we remove a curse from you, this thing is going to explode out of you and the ship is going to sink?
I have...
That's a very specific guess about unknown phenomenon.
Yeah, when you try and bestow power into these crystals, and you do it improperly or too quickly or with the wrong effort of power, they're violent and tend to explode.
All right.
So,
Maybe we don't do it on the ship.
Probably a good idea.
All right.
I mean, I could be on, I guess, the ledge of the ship and jump if it's too much.
No. Let's just keep it safe. Let's make sure we're on stable ground. Ideally, probably not in the frozen waste ends of the earth. So
We could. I'm not here for this, but we could just fly him up.
that's true. I don't know if I would have that thought because I don't fly and I don't think I've flown yet.
I mean, it is like cold and icy. So, I mean, if there's anything that can be a prime candidate for a location to withstand a fiery explosion, you know.
Also, if you do tell Max about this, that will be her first thought.
Just fly him up the air, blow him up there.
I don't know if me casting sanctuary on him is going to do anything to sort of separate him from whatever's trying to glom onto him.
Let's find out. Let's find out. Metagaming.
Yeah, let's I guess later tonight, after my watch, I'll bring it to the group. We'll just meet down below.
Yeah,
We'll tell everybody.
Down
put it to
below
a discussion
you.
and see if anybody has ideas on how to possibly fix it.
As you two were talking, you hear a little thud, and you peek over the edge, and Maribel's got a pot of coffee spilled everywhere, cussing out something on the deck. You can hear from down below. God damn it! This fucking deck with this cold, it's fucking slicker than snot on a glass doorknob. Son of a bitch! Ah.
Can I try and like Errol Flynn rappel down on one of the ropes and just like?
She's down there like brushing herself off, and the skeletons are trying to help her. You can see she was like walking out to Doran, who's up at the bow of the vessel with some coffee. She's like, Doran, I'll get you in a minute here, sweetheart. I was gonna get you something to warm those bones and scales of yours. And then you see Soren kind of zip down off the rope after the conversation with Jaeger.
Press the digitator so she doesn't freeze with spilled coffee on her.
Oh, thanks, sweetheart. You know, cold and heat haven't bothered me too much, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
Doran's gonna
At
take
least
some of
you're
the coffee that's, if there's any left in the serving pot, and he's gonna scoop some snow off the bow of the bridge and put it in, and
Iced coffee.
Iced coffee.
it's not bad.
What happened to your friend, Soren? He's just a few sandwiches short of a picnic.
Which one?
Well, the one scooping coffee off the damn deck here.
Oh, we've had worse.
All right. Well, I mean, look at you, though. Man, you're cleaning me up like this. You're just as handy as a pocket on a shirt. Let me tell you.
Isadora walks up next to Doran and just offers to take a sip from the coffee pot. Good morning, everybody. Oh, that's good.
She,
the best for the end of the world.
the iced coffee that's spilled on the deck, she like looks down and goes, "Well, sweetheart, you know, I'll go get you some fresh stuff if you just wait here, you know."
Was that not the fresh stuff?
That's the fresh stuff. As she looks like points down to the deck, she fell on her ass on the cold deck because it was slick.
I mean, I'm already dead.
I mean, shoot, scoop it up and drink it. I don't care. I know you're just about as country as cornbread and just as sweet. So you go ahead and do what you got to do, sweetheart.
Appreciate it.
So she will go back below deck as you guys have scraped up iced coffee off the deck of a ship. She's cussing down the stairs again, using her favorite phrase of colder than a witch's tit in a brass bra as she heads back down.
I'll go just help with.
I'm not sure if Botrin should be offended.
Botrin, do you use brass braziers?
I would assume it'd be really cold, huh?
Armor.
Like, is that why they always look so good?
Keeps a perk. Keeps them perky.
Botrin's hair just kind of like points at Max. Ooh.
All right. She eventually comes back up to the top of the deck there with a fresh pot of coffee. And is there any other conversation for this day as you guys are getting further and further along the Arctic waters of the sea near Holderima?
I'll let someone else go, but as it gets towards the end of the day, I'll just message everyone to meet below deck.
Aye, Captain.
Partway through today, you see that the lead ship, Jaeger, from your position, is stopping next to what you thought was just a piece of like drifting ice. But turns out as you're in range now, you can see it's a large, flat, almost raft-like vessel. It's got a bunch of small huts and coverings on it. There is a sail, like if you can look through the telescoping lens that's up there. There's a sail that's laid down, and there's just kind of a raft that's floating on the calm sea out here. And you can see on the deck of this vessel that's like waving down the Stars Eden, a whole bunch of Tuskers. These walrus-like people. Most of you have heard of at one point or another. You know that they exist. I would say if you roll a d20 and you roll above a 15, you've seen a picture of them. Like someone has drawn a picture and you've seen it. Otherwise, well, you've heard that they look like walrus people. That's about it. Everybody mostly just calls them Tuskers. So if you roll a d20 and you get above a 15, then you know what they look like.
Botrin is so clueless about what they are.
But the rest of you are seeing this group of walrus people on the deck of a vessel.
Get them out of the way. Get them out of the way.
I'm sorry.
Who rolled a 19, by the way? That's all they had the party.
That was me.
Excellent.
I rolled a...
Oh, that's right, the dragon scale ones.
Oh, I had the party. Why did I have the party thing selected? That's weird.
Okay. You just had the party selection, or the party token selected. Yeah, you know what they look like, but Jaeger's the only one that spots them now. But the other ship comes to a halt, and Jaeger, I'm assuming you alert from your position that something's going on.
Oh, yeah.
Down. So the other
Ring a bell.
Botrin squeals in terror.
You guys start to slow down a little bit, and then very quickly, Captain Rourke steps out on the vessel, on the bridge of the ship. If you don't have a pulse, get below deck. As soon as he says that, he realizes, Miss Maribel, Isidore, you're fine. You still look like people, so.
You're
To be
people
fair, you
too.
look like people too, just minus some parts.
Yes, those parts that are missing get below deck. And all the skeletal men retreat below deck.
You're people too.
He kind of leans in the cap. I thank you for the sentiment, but I don't want to fucking piss off the Tuskers, so
Fair point. All right, go.
Captain, I bet you were pretty fine looking when you had skin on
Can
you.
you shut up, please? Captain Blackthorn messaged me. They're trying to parlay with the Tuskers. Pretend like you're doing ship work, please. And he closes the captain's quarters and goes in to hide.
Got it.
I call lookout.
Jaeger's already up in the crow's nest. He's been up there. You call lookout, and you start climbing the ladder. Jaeger hears someone climbing behind you. And Maximilian's trying to join you in the crow's nest.
Oh,
Hey, Max.
hi.
Max, don't fall on your head.
Do we know what these things are?
Tuskers. Apparently. They're trying to parlay with them.
Oh,
Which implies that there's the existence of the French word parler. Which implies that there's a Cyorion French. Which I'm very interested in.
There is.
The fourth wall break.
sure.
It exists. It's in the Levobone Republic. Nobody's been up there yet. It's one of my few kingdoms that hasn't been touched.
They're all French people. That's why no one goes there.
Naturally, people didn't go there. Now I know why. That's way to bring down the stream in one spell swoop. Anybody with French heritage is immediately unsubscribing.
I'm kidding.
No, they just write.
I mean, you know,
Just right.
They write.
Like champs.
All right,
I look out
My
harder.
last name is Lavoy.
So you see the other ship sitting there talking, possibly talking. They're parked next to this flat of about 30-ish Tuskers that you can count from where you're sitting, Jaeger. It's a little hard to see because the other vessel's in the way, but you get a head count of about 30. They seem to be offering things up from what you can see through the scope. Trying to trade.
I would like to cast message to Rourke and ask him if they can understand each other. Like
Rourke
if
is
the Tusker.
your captain. Do you want to do it to Isabel
No.
Blackthorn?
Oh, well, I mean, I
She's-
thought that he knew, like, what's going on.
Oh, he just
I mean,
he relayed what the Stars Eden said to you, but you could just go directly to the source if you want. It's your call.
Sure. Ring, ring. Hello, Captain Blackthorn. Are you having an okay time understanding them? We have some magical capabilities that could make interactions much easier. You can respond.
Contact Shatha, please. But yes, we're fine.
Shatha's on your ship. Oh, contact her instead of you. Okay.
We're fine, thank you. Trying to get you some good stuff.
Ooh, cool. Awesome. Need any help?
Send my love.
Isadora sends her love. Wait, what?
As you're yelling from the top and bottom, send my love up at the crow's nest. Please, quite busy. Contact Shatha.
Okay. Beep, beep, beep. Shatha?
Why do we beep? Thanks, Monster Effects, for the gifts to Sarah. Max needed one.
Oh, cool.
Yay, Max got a gift sub. Shatha pipes back up. Yeah, they're the Tuskers are here. Weird, interesting folk, but I mean, they know the tundra. They hunt on it all year. That's where they live. But they were surprised to see us here. We're apparently coming in the off season.
Is there anything that any folks on this boat could do to help the exchange up there?
Stay hidden. I'm sure if they see the undead, they are not going to be happy because they're asking about the undead and if we've seen them.
Oh, yeah. No, they probably won't be too thrilled about that.
Keep
Okay,
your
cool.
heads down.
Okay. Will do.
I mean,
Thank you.
pretend to be doing ship stuff. We told them you're our escort and we've instructed you
Oh.
to stop.
Yes, of course, ma'am. Farewell. Good luck. Avast.
All right. I need Maddie and Zach to roll a d20 because Maddie
Okay.
refused to roll one earlier, so Maddie's gonna roll one.
Okay.
Zach had our last winner, so I'll let him roll in.
A 6.
You guys get it both at advantage, so you both can roll again.
This counts for those two.
Nice.
because you have advantage. This is for these
That's
social
right.
checks of 2 different things. That they're
Fuck.
doing.
Well,
Oh,
Son of a bitch!
9. 9.
Oh god.
All right. So, for all that, Chatha reaches back out to you, Maximiel. All right. We got you some interesting information. The Tuskers know where a couple key places are for surviving the Holderima, which is helpful. We're trying to negotiate for the sled dogs to help you pull your stuff. But
Puppies?
we're not doing well. They want to hire some of our mercenaries for a time, so we'd lose some ground forces. You willing to give them up for some dogs that know the terrain and can run it?
I will get back to you. ASAP.
Okay.
Over and out. All right. Group meeting. Do we want dogs? It'll cost a few people.
Sure.
Like, what's gonna happen to the people?
That's a good
Services.
question.
are the people becoming dogs?
As far as I'm aware, the Tuskers just need some help from mercenaries.
So they're not going
I will-
to kill him and eat him or something like that.
I will double check with
Okay.
you. Ring ring. Shatha.
Don't have
what
to
do
say
they-
ring ring with the Rocky Talkies
Oh.
that they provide.
Oh, I'm using message.
I thought she had given you guys a Rocky Talkie basically. You're using
No,
message.
this is the somatic component
Of message?
The somatic
Okay.
and verbal component of message for me, unfortunately.
Okay.
It's a necessary part.
Unfortunately, Yes.
uh-huh.
Forever, this will be how I cast messages to say ring ring.
I don't know why. Anyways, what do they plan to do with these mercenaries? Like, they're not going to eat them, are they?
Gods, I hope not. No, they said they're concerned about the safety of their clan, and there's undead about, so they need some able-bodied soldiers. They've lost a few men.
Cool beans. Thank you.
Cool.
All right.
What?
So,
Cool
Missing
beans.
body soldier.
so they just need the extra muscle, and they're not going to be eating that muscle. And I think that it is a little problematic that that's what we initially assumed from people that we didn't know, is that they're automatically just going to eat us.
I just wanted to double check. You said they needed people.
Yeah.
We should do it.
Trade some ground
So
forces
too.
for dogs,
Oh,
doggos,
yeah.
puppers, purpleitos.
Transportation's kind of the key in getting us there faster is always the bonus.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm sure
agree.
they'd also be very warm to snuggle with at night.
It would definitely be better than trudging through the snow on our own.
That was my thought.
I'm not going to
Alright.
snuggle with
Extra
them.
hands for fighting. if we need it.
Oh, you're not going to snuggle with them. So is that a yes, trade?
Didn't you just get bit by a snake?
First off, how would you know that? Second off, that's
Sorry.
not discourage me. Anyways,
Rodden, enough of a blabbermouth to tell the rest of us.
Rodden told everybody.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ring ring, Captain Shatha.
Yes.
This is Maxo Mealy reporting for duty. Make the trade, please. We want those doggos.
Okay. Well, it's gonna get you 3 teams and 2 extra sleds, but we're gonna lose all 16 of our mercs over here.
Okay. From reading the lips of Soren way down below, that appears to be okay.
Okay, we'll make the trade.
Okay, if that's first, is that okay with the mercs? Like, I don't want to just trade them without their
Wait.
permission.
They don't mind. It's an adventure for them, and they don't have to go to the frozen rime of the world. They get to sail around on ships some more, and the Tuskers said they'd bring him back to Brisbane at the end of it.
Awesome.
Hey,
But
Max.
yeah, Isadora, hold one moment, please.
This is negotiations, right? You know, I spent like 100 years of my life negotiating business deals, right?
I also did some negotiation. I was trained as like a child to be good at
Well, then
negotiating.
why are we the ones doing it?
I don't know. They said that they didn't need our help.
I pull from
This
my
sounds
neck.
like they do. It sounds like they do.
I shoot
Do
a
you want our
message to
help
Shalta.
negotiating a better deal?
Yeah, go ahead. While they're arguing, you shoot a message to Shalta.
Hey, this is Jaeger. Just do the deal. We're good.
Okay, we'll do it.
Fucking hurry up already, goddammit.
Just pull the trigger.
I'm so good at persuasion. Please, for the love of God, let me do this. This is the one thing I'm fucking built for, Shaka.
Is one of them secretly a dragon?
Unfortunately, no. The Tuskers are all Tuskers. But you watch for a moment, Jaeger, and you see within 30 minutes, a bunch of men had packed up their gear and women had packed up their gear, and they climb onto the Tusker vessel, and they offload 2 sleds, 15 dogs, and a satchel of something. You're not sure exactly what, but from what you know, information, maps, charts, things like that. And after a bit, the Tuskers hold up torches and kind of wave them like back and forth in a half circle, and then you hear some drums going as they watch the 2 ships head west and continue west. You lose sight of them after about an hour. But
Going forward, you and me, Max, we gotta be more
we're on the ship of the
proactive.
dead. Decided not to do it.
we need to be more proactive next time we have an opportunity to negotiate some deals, all right? You and me.
I know, but I asked if they needed any help, and they said that they got it, and I don't want to, like, put myself out there if my
Fair.
help isn't wanted.
Fair. You know what? That's the difference between the two of us.
You're gonna help even if they don't want it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, well. At least we got the dogs.
After a while, Captain
Yeah.
Rourke comes back up. Coast is clear from what they say. All men back up to the top of the ship. All the skeletal crew comes back to the top of the vessel. A couple hours later, you're all relieved of duty and have the opportunity to have your clandestine meeting in the hold of the vessel.
All right. And it's so suspenseful. First, I didn't mean to just cut off your trade deal. It looked like the more pressure and more time we spent in this space could open up the opportunity for them to board. And by the looks of our predicament, it was us, this group, manning an entire ship by ourselves.
Very convincing.
Sorry, but
Well, let me know what we're doing.
yeah, I'm not a boat person. I couldn't even fake it. I mean, I could have stayed up there and just watched from the crow's nest, but yeah, I wasn't very confident there. So I apologize for overstepping. But the next deal, maybe you two, it looks like you are both interested in haggling. Maybe you both should be up front and join in.
I am a trade princess. Trade is like my whole shtick.
Well, princess, there's another princess too. By the sounds of it,
What?
back in your place. Right?
That's what we're here to talk about.
No,
Me?
no, yep, no,
Like my girlfriend?
no. There was another, whatever.
Isadora?
Yes. No.
Are you my
think he's-
princess?
I think he's talking about your doppelganger.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know what? She's a facsimile, okay? And she also got uprooted.
Yep. Okay. Just saying that, like, you cross paths and people that know things about the world and going ons, they tend to ask questions, and that leads to interrogations that lead to a lot of different things.
Oh no, people
throwing
find out
it
that
out
there's
there.
a facsimile in place. It's like you're allergic to truth. Do you
Sure.
get like a little reaction?
More like what comes after a truthful lie, and
Yeah,
it's
what
not
are you
actually
trying
the
to say?
truth or the lie. Or well, I'm not trying to say anything, but we're getting
No,
off
I can see
topic.
he's getting a little itchy. He's not. He's.
We are here because he has a truth to reveal.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Jen, do you know about this?
Also, wait, what? You go to him with your troops and not us.
He was concerned. On with it. Go. The anticipation is killing me instead of you bothering me.
Yeah. You know the thing that with these and whatever it is,
Yeah.
watching
Kind of.
No
the whole thing.
touchy.
Reason why Max got me this monocle
I mean,
turned
you're
into a
very-
voice. I think I can't really prove that it is these, but it's an assumption, and gut is telling me it is these. And
What are your symptoms?
something in my head is talking to me. That's not me.
How often does it talk to you?
Only twice.
When?
Once when we were leaving the town, and the unfortunate Fangs attack. I heard something it didn't respond to me. I just didn't think anything of it. So I started to think a little bit further and decided to distance myself from the group just for safety and try and see if I could talk to it, bring it forward or do something, but it never did. And then shortly
I thought that was
thereafter,
indigestion.
oh, that was the coffee. But that poor outhouse, let me tell you. Sidetrack.
Okay, that's
sorry.
a little
Like
too much
steam-
truth.
There was steam coming out of the top of it when we were leaving.
I left a bit of me back in that town. Part of my soul left, yes. Sorry. But no, the second time it's
The land will be forever stained.
God damn it.
is a cursed place.
it's asking of me of something, I don't know what, because it's not very clear to do something. That's all I can say. I don't know what else. It hasn't talked to me since.
Is it like one of those cliche, like the voice of the villain is kind of talking to the person and trying to manipulate them to do the thing, but we don't know what the thing is, kind of trope, you know? Like I've read a lot of books.
My books were scientific. I never had that. I mean, there's fairy tales and everything like that.
Well, I mean, this is just a cliche, like some want something from you, and it'd be really nice for us to figure out what that is, so we can get back to what we're doing and not worry about Jaeger
I
blowing
guess
up
this
over
comes at a surprise, but my nickname is the Nightwalker. I guess it just now
It was a whole
reins
thing.
in that I haven't told Isadora that.
What does that mean?
Nothing. Clearly, you don't know. All good.
He was a vigilante of sorts. It was a whole thing. It's mostly.
I pass Isadora some news clippings.
Lightwalker strikes again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just so the thing that appears behind you in the mystical smoke cloud when you get angry enough to become a vigilante is now a voice in your head that is telling you what?
It wants me to do something. It wasn't very clear.
Okay.
Can I insight check
Of
that?
course not.
Ooh. Something like it just wants you to do anything. Like, could you do a little dance
You-
and it would be
do you remember what
satisfied?
I
Or like,
asked
what's the
specifically?
vibe? Come on. Is it kill? Is it the kidnap, maim?
Become all powerful, rule the world, get
Go to
really
sleep.
rich.
Please give us something to work off of. We're trying to help you.
Oh, hold on,
Yeah,
Ben.
like, accept our help.
I'm messing with Josh on the side. He said something that I made him roll a secret check for to see if it triggered somebody
Oh,
else. So
I'm also trying to go through my notes, Bennett, and I didn't take notes of exactly what was said.
I did.
Yeah, can you
Go
can
ahead,
You reveal
dude.
them now?
Go ahead.
'Cause I don't remember exactly
didn't-
what he said.
I didn't get the first one because I think that was when we had to take our headphones off. But this one,
Yeah, the first one was
do it. You were so close to your vengeance. Why did you leave? Etc. Etc. Cold, muscular, sinewy hands. Blah blah blah. You said we both. Oh, that's you. Okay, hold on. It says it wants what you want, power that you seek. I see one more opportunity in your future. When you see it, it's best that you take it.
yeah, that's what I thought it said. I wasn't sure like if it actually specified what I needed to take or not.
Would
Seems
this
like-
have something to do with your family?
Well, I mean, sure, this
What-
whole thing was because of my family. I decided to stick these things in my arms to see what would happen.
Why is this creature invested in your family and in your vengeance? Does it help it?
It's not. It definitely doesn't care about you. It's manipulating you based off of these strong emotions that are carrying you in a direction.
But why does it care enough about you? Why does it want that? Why does it want you to take vengeance?
It's got
What
something
does
to
it get
appeal.
out of it?
Not telling me to take vengeance. It's more like take something. The next thing I take, very, very vague.
Yeah, well, from what you said, it sounds like, oh, you didn't go after the stuff in the library. Maybe it wants you to take power. What does it get from you taking power? Does it become more powerful?
Do you think it
Does
has
it
to do with the massive
corporeal
shit he took in that
form?
outhouse?
It took a lot out of me.
He definitely took that one.
Why did it want what was in the library?
I don't know. I don't even know what. I mean, I have. There's a connection, obviously, between phenomancy and what happened underneath Busat.
Yeah.
I can only draw a single line that says that was power, and I didn't take it all but a single vial. Maybe there was something more underneath the city. I don't know.
There was.
We probably should have gone back then.
We probably should have. Still time, I guess. Maybe another day.
We'll go back and get it. You and me, we'll go. We'll kidnap our wizard.
Definitely do it.
Maybe kindly ask, and then we'll resort to kidnapping if that's necessary.
Kidnapping is easier, according to Jaeger.
Much.
I mean, I agree, but maybe not the first step we take in that direction, right?
No, that's like plan C.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
right,
he once
just
told
checking.
us that anyone who is interested in phenomancy is evil and deserves to die. Correct?
Or was manipulated.
So
Eventually.
Whoa, who said that when? Broski, I'm interested in phenomancy.
Interested
There-
in a selfish sense, not interested in a curious sense.
there is some context to that. Yes, absolutely. The power behind phenomancy and the ability to create something that's never existed is incredibly dangerous. I do agree that the powers that mess with that, I don't have that interest. Because ever since I've done this, I've gotten nothing but trouble. But my intent has been incredibly clear to me and still is the same, which is get my family back.
I understand that much.
I was never told why you have those rocks in your arms. I just kind of assumed it was like your thing.
You ever felt helpless? Yeah. Unable to find your loved ones? Anyone you used to know? You ever dream about what happened over and over and over and over, and it just haunts you?
More than you know.
What does that give you? If not drive? Do you go searching for something else to get stronger? Like that side piece? Or greater power? Yeah, well, I found a book. Very insightful book. And it gave me power. I guess this is kind of the in return. There was nothing in the book about that.
Yeah, I'd say the quickest way to find consequences is to do the thing and find out later.
I'm going to take out my spell book. I'm going to flip to some of the earlier pages. Pass it over to Jaeger. One of the more recent entries, under some of the more simple spells, something that I have jotted down, entitled Genetic Bolt. There was more down there, and your thing, whatever it is, wants it. I'm not going to make assumptions, but I want you to think about why. I took it to understand. To know what our enemy is capable of, to study it, to assess tactical threats that may be presented to us if these people are masters of this art form. I do not get the same sense from whatever it is that lives within you.
I'll just close the book. I only know what I know. The thing talks to me, and this thing watches us and me. I'm only drawn to a single conclusion, and it's a very thin line of possibility. But something strikes me, and I've heard it so. Maybe I'm just a vessel now. Or a conduit. Don't quite know. My guess? Some type of freedom. Some type of power play. Hell, it might even want my soul.
I mean,
Something to keep in mind.
good luck. Good luck trying to get that soul. Mine couldn't even leave this place, and I got my throat cut open.
Something to keep in mind if this thing is parasitic, if it is attached to you. It is in its best interest to keep you just between the veil of strength and confidence and weakness and dependency. It wants you to be strong so that it can use you, but it also needs you to need it. It wants you to think that you need it. Until we know that, or we're sure of it, let's not entertain the idea.
What would happen if we extracted those crystals?
I can only imagine my death. Maybe a violent explosion. Which is
if
fitting.
you're worried about it becoming a violent explosion, we could always just do it up in the air and see what happens.
Yeah, but then we'd end up with bits of Jaeger and not a whole one, okay? Like, that's...
Well, I would hope that it wouldn't happen, but he is always really paranoid about that sort of stuff, so we could, like, just...
Well, as a last resort, he becomes a Jaeger bomb, right? I mean,
Oh, and there it is.
Finally.
God, this has been for months, hasn't it?
That's the very first line in my notes.
Having that one in the back pocket for a while.
Do I get inspiration for that, or
You can have
I hope
inspiration
so.
at the start of the next session.
Saying it's
Yes.
five inspiration.
You get inspiration at the start of the next session.
Finally.
Oh God.
God, I hate it.
Oh, it's so good.
Right. Well, short of potentially
just
blowing
want to
them up in
help
the
you.
sky,
And blowing
I'm
you
gonna
up
try to
is
remove
probably
it.
not helpful. Yeah.
No.
I
But
will
we
try
could
to
always-
remove it if it's occurs tomorrow. If it's not, I'm out of ideas. But
we'll just do the old Colossus Wolverine Cannonball special.
Can anyone see if it's a curse? Is that a thing that can happen?
I mean, I can just. Mm,
Sorry, bud.
can I like
I'm
just
not
look
the
at his
magic person.
arms and check out its magical properties?
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check.
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
I've tried to identify the crystals before, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I don't remember what I found from that. I'm sure it's somewhere in my notes.
Okay, this may be good. This may be very good. Oh, it's not there we go. No! Ugh. I know I have proficiency in it, but I don't know if something more is added.
Uh-huh.
So it's possibly a 25 Arcana check, but
Okay.
let me just double check because my foundry went down.
Oh, what'd you roll?
I rolled a natural 20.
Okay. So that's enough to know pretty much everything you can know about it.
Cool.
There may be some underlying curse that is a part of this infusion of these crystals into Jaeger, but it has progressed well past the stages of a curse that is now a part of him. You could possibly attempt to remove curse on this, but it might kill him. Like
What if we tried to
80%
remove...
might kill him is your best bet, because this is no longer just a regular curse. This is something that Jaeger has chosen to be a part of him. So it's not a typical curse anymore.
What if we tried to remove... Would it work if we tried to remove curse on a single crystal? Like,
You don't
what's...
think so.
Okay.
You think that the results would be, inspecting what these crystals were and what they hold, you think the results would be catastrophic if you tried to remove curse on them.
Let's not remove curse on these guys, actually. I think that would be the bad. Underscored.
What are the chances of you coming back if you do die?
What were
How many
the
people die and how many people come back magically all of a sudden? Slim, probably.
yeah, what were your chances? I mean,
I had the one person closest to me that I trusted the most cut my throat, so I, being understandably upset by that, woke up moments later.
Oh, I have a kid's medicine injector that makes a perfectly good analogy here. This container holds all the souls that have died and gone to the afterlife as far as you guys know. The very tip of this syringe here has the information, or the souls that have died and come back to life of their own accord as far as you know. So we are talking very small percentage of people who have died come back. The touched is
Like-
probably less than 2% of the population.
I was going to say like less than 1% probably. Okay.
Very small percentage.
So we just kill 100 people and then kill you. Easy.
sacrifice.
Math.
I'm done.
Yeah, like, trust me, I know a lot about statistics, and I am 110% sure that that's how it works. This
I'll
is
let
all
you
a
do the
joke.
killing.
Do not kill anybody, please. This is /J, folks.
All right. Are you guys not going to do anything then, and planning to just continue on the voyage?
We watch it. You keep us very aware of if there are more voices or more conversations or changes in any way.
What about your gods? Do you think a god would help?
No.
I don't have a god.
I just got the lady a gunpowder, you know.
I'm gonna pull out Gus. Hey, Gus.
Gus seems kind of slow.
Oh no.
Oh, because it's cold.
I'm gonna give him little earmuffs.
The Gus still seems kind of slow.
Oh. Okay, buddy. Do you know anything about, good lord, phenomancy?
Make Gus roll an intelligence check.
Does he have-
check at disadvantage right now?
Do mushrooms have a life god?
This is a-
technically,
This is a
one
mushroom
does.
that is a portion of a god.
He's a god.
I didn't know he was a god.
He's a tiny mushroom portion
I
of a
don't
god.
think we ever filled in Isadora about the whole we met the mushroom mycelial
was-
network god.
This is
that was
Marcial
before.
god.
Yeah, this is Gus. He is part of a god. That is
A friend.
the all-connecting mycelial mushroom god that we met through Tavern.
You may
This is
bask in his
Tavern.
glory.
Yeah, Tavern is technically part of the same god. This is... Boy, when
You'll
you
love
say it
them.
out loud, we sound crazy.
Once we get to see them with you, we just haven't really needed to thus far, but you'll love them. They're interesting.
Unless that little guy can eat curses, yeah, maybe that's a dead end too.
Well, I mean, if he's part of an all-knowing god, I mean,
Right,
Partially knowing.
yeah.
Remember, half of him got cleaved off during a massive
Right.
sundering. But this Gus, this tiny little part of what you guys don't know, but out of character, is named Vobladisad now, the mycelial god. He just kind of goes,
okay, that's okay. You stay close to me. I will put him, like, in my jacket to try to keep him warm.
absolutely.
Boobs.
And I'll see if I can... I mean, my old coat is already quite ripped a bit, so I'm going to try to fashion him a little jacket. Because I do have some sewing skills. Oh, Doran, are you actually wearing those gloves that you got from Oliver?
Well, no, I really just purchased them more as like a gesture of goodwill. Yeah, you can have them here, Max.
Awesome. I would like to make Gus a little jacket
Okay.
out
You should
of
make him a
gloves.
jumper, like a full
A
body
little
suit,
sweater with a jacket. Yeah.
like a full
Yeah.
body suit,
Yeah.
like a onesie.
Fantastic. Was there anything else pertaining to Jaeger's crystals, or are you guys pretty much moving about your days now, like concluding that major discussion and continuing on to the sewing of Gus's clothes?
Spackle only has the same perceptions that I do, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there...
So if I can't see the mist around Jaeger, Spackle will not be able to see the mist.
I'll double check Spackle, but I don't think Spackle has true sight.
No, blind sight is what she has, but
Yeah, blind sight, no. She can't see it.
Yeah.
She just knows something there.
She knows there's something besides Jaeger there, but it's all... But when asked about it, Spackle is just kind of like,
Oh, that's always been there.
Oh, good.
It's like the nightmare. It always lingers.
That's fun.
Do you,
I'll wait for we're offline before I say that.
Jaeger, do you get the sense that this thing is like demonic or like godly in any shape or form?
We know about demons and devils, right?
yeah.
The thought had crossed my mind. Some sort of spirit of vengeance or I don't know, lust for power or something. I don't know.
It doesn't strike you as anything like that, Jaeger.
I'm not an expert in any of this. I've only read what I've read and embedded these into me, hoping they'd give me some type of advantage, and they have. This being or thing or entity, deity, whatever it is brand new to the equation, and it just happened recently. 2 times. That's it.
I have a really bad idea.
Well, apparently my idea was going to blow him up, so lay it on us.
I mean, does this group really have any other kind of idea?
Alrighty. If you hear screaming, help. And I'd like to go below deck.
Okay.
Maximil is going to think about Zephin. And in her head, she is going to replay what she has been trying to block out.
Ooh,
The images of his head rolling off of his body and how the changelings took his form and shoved him out of the goddamn city, and how he's just lying there rotting in the sand where no one can find him.
brutal.
Okay.
And she is going to say, I want to avenge him. And she's going to try to contact the thing that she has arcanely felt around Jaeger. And she is going to try to deceive him into appearing to her, to help her, to give her a guide for vengeance.
Okay.
What do? Can I do that? Is that possible?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh. I'm not good at these. Oh, but I rolled well. Okay. 17. Because I have a +0.
So you are not able to contact whatever this entity is.
Okay.
But that wisdom saving throw is to deal with the level of exhaustion that overcomes you now, as you are thrown into this fit of rage and sorrow, reliving vividly the moments of Zephin's death. And you subject yourself to severe emotional trauma and PTSD.
Yeah.
And are unable to summon this creature.
Is there screaming?
That's up to Sarah.
Yeah, probably, but like not out of fright or terror, just
Isadora's gonna
frustration.
Yeah, Isadora's gonna go
Knives
straight
out, kick
downstairs.
the
We're all running down. Yeah.
Gun out.
You all break into the room, and Maximil is sobbing in the center of her room.
Isadora immediately arms around her, holding her.
Same with Doran.
What happened?
I tried to contact him.
All right.
It didn't work.
We don't even know if it's a him.
Them.
It.
Why?
You're okay.
No. But yes.
Okay.
I thought if I could, I don't like seeing something I don't know. We don't know it. We can't help you. I wanted to try to do something and it didn't work.
Breathe deep, Maximil. Breathe deep. Nice and slow.
Damn. damn it.
We'll figure it out. It's not all on you.
Spackle comes through the crowd and gets to face level with Maximiel and tries to give her a hug. Spackle like gets you like look into her eyes so you know it's okay. And she like cocks her head the funny way that she always does.
I'm sorry. I thought that it would work. Or it could.
It's okay, Maximiel.
And then you hear as her mouth opens agape, Zephin's voice. Don't you all go inviting the nightmare in. That's where we'll go ahead and end today's session. Thank you all.
Max starts crying harder.
Did we all just hear that?
Yep, everybody just heard that. But that's where we'll end the session because you guys wanted to get all fucky with it. God damn.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gus is a god.
I know, I love that little picture. It's so cute.
It's so good.
Don't invite the
I've been
nightmare
keeping
in.
notes and sessions.
Ugh. Fantastic.
What the
He
shit?
looks adorable in his little onesie.
Well, we'll find out next week why you should not invite the nightmare in and why Spackle doesn't like it. But thanks everybody for joining us this week. We got out of Katalis, started making our way to Holderima, and we might land next week if we stop trying to blow up Jaeger.
Yeah.
Try to help him.
Try to help him.
It was like when we all kept touching him when we should not have been touching him.
Everybody just keeps touching him. Stop touching me!
Vengeance could work.
Good work.
Don't boop the snoot.
Was a good attempt, but definitely might have contacted the wrong. We'll see.
Wait, the wrong guy?
Oh, we'll see what we did. But
No, I didn't hear what you
we'll
said.
figure it out. Yeah, we may have contacted the wrong people. So we'll find out later next week.
Here.
But y'all have a great evening. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next Monday, everyone. Have a great night. Thank you.
Boy, help.